If we can't bill-proof the shack, we're going to have to do the next best thing. We're going to have to bill-proof our minds.
The procedure takes hours to complete, and when I fell asleep waiting, my clever nephew used the mind reader to see into my mind. My jumbled memories made him believe that I was still in cahoots with Bill, and he defended himself with Fiddleford's memory gun. What a disaster! And the whole thing could have been avoided if I had just come clean about Bill. It's time that I tell Dipper everything, regardless of what he thinks of me afterward. I've told Dipper my history with Bill, and to my great relief, he was very understanding. Luck seems to be on our side today. Mabel has returned with a large tuft of unicorn hair. We have circled the base of the shack with it to create a mystical barrier. Although we were unable to bill-proof Dipper's mind, this should make the shack and anyone inside it impervious to Bill's power. After our latest misadventure, I realized it was time to tell Dipper everything I knew about Gravity Falls. I sat him down and told him to ask me any question he could think of about the town. No more secrets. His first question made me beam with pride. Why is Gravity Falls so weird? The true theory of weirdness. I told Dipper that I'd spent my young adulthood obsessed with this question. Bill Cipher told me that the weirdness in town leaked in from another dimension. But this was a lie. Bill was simply trying to trick me into opening a door so he could claim Gravity Falls for himself. The truth, I explained, was a bit stranger. To help Dipper understand, I borrowed Stanley's car, and we drove until we reached the town border of Gravity Falls. I pulled an odd bean out to show him and began to explain. Everything in the universe is like a jelly bean made of the same basic materials, varied in color and flavor, but all more or less conforming to an expected pattern. But every now and then, by chance, a bean comes out deformed. Odd. Weird. I pulled one out to show him, and then dropped it and the rest of the bag at my feet. The beans began to tumble downhill, but one bean, the deformed one, almost magically rolled backwards, up the hill, right up to the town border. Dipper's eyes widened. I could see him beginning to understand. Why had this one bean rolled uphill? The reason? Gravity Falls is a weirdness magnet.
As it turns out, my weirdness can't escape the magical confines of this town. There's something keeping me in.
Incredible. Gravity Falls' natural law of weirdness magnetism. I studied this years ago.
And did you find a way to undo it?
Of course. There's a simple equation that could collapse the barrier. But I'd never tell you!
Oddness is strangely, mysteriously drawn to this place. From misshapen jelly beans, to gnomes and fairies, to dinosaurs, interdimensional tears, clones, crazy ex-presidents, even men with 6 fingers and boys with strange birthmarks. I explained that I felt in my bones that my arrival at this town, and perhaps Dipper's too, was not an accident. That we were part of some greater fate the town had in store for us. You and I are some of the strangest beings this town has ever seen, Dipper, I told him.
Mason,
He blurted out. He seemed shocked by what had come out of his mouth, and then deliberately repeated it.
my real name is Mason. Dipper is just a nickname, but everyone got used to it, and now it feels too late to tell everyone the truth. And it's kind of a dumb name anyway. Don't tell anyone.
I tousled his hair and smiled at him. Your secret's safe with me, Mason, I said, and I think it's a great name. The Masons are a great secret society, you know. He smiled. I realized how much he trusted me, and what a shame it was that he was leaving at the end of the summer. I have begun to form an idea.